Hey everyone, so in this vlog I wanted to do something a little bit different and talk about, a passion and a love of mine, which is the game of basketball. Now, my dad introduced this game to me at a young age. I was maybe 5 or 6 years old when I first started holding like a regulation basketball. And I instantly fell in love with the game and I never stopped playing right up until this day. And sports is such an amazing thing. Playing basketball, you experience many highs and many lows, and I've been blessed with the talent to be able to play the game, and the people that I've met throughout my life because of basketball, it's really contributed so much for me and my growing up process, and just something that genuinely makes me happy. And this past season, as you might know, I sprained my ankle, and it took a little longer to recover than I had expected, and I just accounted that to me getting older. It was almost 6 or 7 weeks for me to heal it. And during that time, I wasn't able to go to the gym or play any basketball or even pick up a basketball because it was so hard to walk on it and put weight or stress on it. And so finally fall season started, and my first game of the fall season was with a team called CST. It's really funny how I ended up playing with these guys, because the guy that messaged me about it, it's funny because we actually go way back. We go way back. We've been playing. We played together when we were just kids. When I even first started playing, 5 or 6 years old. And the reason he messaged me was because I was creating videos. I had made these videos about me playing basketball and stuff like that. And had I not done that, he probably would have never asked, and I probably would have not had this team to play for. And I found it really interesting where it brought back these ideas of cause and effect, that you don't know, the result of the action that you're taking, but the fact that you're taking action, it gives you that opportunity for things to be put into motion. These two guys that you see here, we go way back, and it's crazy when you think about how time flies when you see people you've known your whole life and they're married, and just how so much has changed. Like, if you haven't seen a person for like 10 years and you see them and you're like, oh my gosh, wow, you remember when we were little kids and we didn't know anything and we were just like scrapping and just playing basketball and just saying all these silly things, and then you look at yourselves now, it's like, wow, I'm taller than you now. Like, because I was really short when I was a kid, and now I've grown up and I'm like 6 feet, and a lot of the kids who were taller than me before are like, oh my gosh, what happened? And you just reminisce, and it's crazy to see these guys again and play with them on the basketball court. And basketball has been such a blessing to me. I consider every person I meet, my teammates, their parents, like whoever, they're all family to me. And so many times, because of my injury history and how injury prone I am, and because I'm getting older, so many people have told me to slow it down, take it easy, don't play so much. And it's hard for me to do that, because I find so much enjoyment in the moment of the adrenaline and the competition. And at this point I've become Mr. Accessory. Like, I have my arm sleeve to protect myself from cuts, I have my ankle brace, I have these like new yellow shoes that I'm pulling out that have like custom made orthotics to help with like shock impact for my knees. I also now wear leg tights to stop cramping and keep my legs warm, and all of these things that I have to do now because it's getting a little harder to keep my body in check. So I still had some minor pain in my ankle, but I just absolutely had to play. Like, I had to work the rust off, and I was wondering how I was gonna feel, because I was in pretty good shape. I was playing maybe 4 leagues, I was in the gym, but going 6 weeks of inactivity does a number to your fitness and your general sharpness out there on the court. So it didn't go very well. I felt so incredibly off balance out there, and yeah, my first 3 shots were not impressive. Wow, so looking at that is actually super embarrassing for me. So I'm hoping that I can redeem myself next week, and I got the rust off, and hopefully we'll go a little bit better next week. But I did manage to get back on track at the end of the game, so I made at least one. And honestly, like, no matter what I'm going through at the time, you know, basketball is one of those things that just makes me happy. It makes me happy to be able to play the game, to be blessed with the talent or the skill. I don't have a lot of talent, but the skill to be able to play and keep up and be able-bodied enough to do so. And despite all this talk about basketball, I do have an overarching point to all of this, and I want to share with you this quote from Alan Watts in his book called The Age of Anxiety, and I'm just going to read it off my phone. But the future is still not here, and we cannot become a part of experienced reality until it is present. Since what we know of the future is made up of purely abstract and logical elements, inferences, guesses, and deductions, it cannot be eaten, felt, smelled, seen, heard, or otherwise enjoyed. To pursue it is to pursue a constantly retreating phantom, and the faster you chase it, the faster it runs ahead. Now, what does this all mean? Obviously, we've all heard before to live in the moment. And that's a very simplistic way of summarizing that quote. And essentially what I get from that is when we're so focused on a future event, we fail to appreciate what's in front of us right now. And a lot of, because of my injury history, a lot of people tell me to take it easy, don't play so much. But I am being careful, but I still want to do the things that I enjoy in the moment while I can still do them. Because so many times you see people who are overly obsessed with work or overly obsessed with business or whatever the case may be for the future. And of course, it's always important to plan for the future, but then you tend to miss out on the things that are right in front of you because of it, as a result. And we only have one life to live, and the moment that we have right now, we can never get back. And so we have to find that balance of trying to, establish stability and enjoy what we have right now. So the CST team has recently won 2 championships. They won the first one, and then I joined them for the second one. And now we're trying to get a third one and perhaps move on to greater things. And I'm really looking forward to the challenge of trying to get it done this season as well. And there's nothing like teamwork in whatever it is you do, whether it be a sport, whether it be your work, whether it be a business, that brings out the best out of people and allows us to connect and work together for a greater goal that's bigger than all of us. And so my philosophy on life now is to always just show love, no matter how vulnerable it makes me. Show love to the people around me, spread happiness to the people around me, because you don't really know how long they'll be there for. How long they'll be in your life, whether or not they'll be a part of your life in the future. But there's nothing wrong with being that, that beacon of positivity to other people, whether or not they accept it or not. So to conclude, basketball is like a sanctuary for me, a place to escape for a second, become a different person, and enjoy myself. If you have something in your life right now that could make you happy or could provide a wonderful experience in the here and now, in the present, don't neglect it for constantly looking towards something for the future. I understand the grind, I understand wanting to improve, but we have to take what we can get today, because we don't know what tomorrow will bring. The only thing that's certain is the moment that we live in right now. So I look forward to sharing with you more parts of my life, especially the basketball side of it, since it makes up a big chunk of it. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Peace and love.